in Vermaak. Marianah Lourens with art and entertainment. Yes, and we're still in the early throes of 2023. And I'm here with three ladies, very interesting, because I saw something caught my eye. A piece of art, it said. And the word fun was in there, holiday fun, and of course it was holiday fun. I'm sure you had an amazing December, but I contacted Nelmarie Oosthuizen, and I think you must be very, very successful because everything is buzzing here. You're having classes, quite a lot of classes, Nelmarie.
Yeah, well, when you walked in, you would have seen on the wall, it says, this is not a story of success, but a journey of grace. And that's what it's all about for us. We really won't make it or won't be here without grace, and we're very thankful for that.
Amen. Yes. A journey of grace. I like that. I just want to write grace down. Ooh, I like it so much. Because without grace, we get nowhere. And on my right, I have Helga Skeepers. Hi, Helga.
Goedemiddag.
Goeiemiddag. Wil jy Afrikaans praat?
Ons kan Afrikaans.
Nee, want ek sê
kan Engels praat.
Let's rather do English. I'll tell you why. Because most of our listeners can understand English. They're not actually English, but they understand English, but they don't understand Afrikaans. You know how it is.
It's fine.
So, Helga, how did you get into this bit of fun, this piece of art?
Well, my daughter started here when she was 16 years old, and then at that time I just helped out, and then my lovely boss here offered me a job. And then I'm here now, part of the furniture 10 years later.
10 years later. So you just helped out because it's holiday fun,
yes.
But this is a whole shop because you walk through shelves and shelves of stuff that you can use with arty stuff.
Yes.
Because it's a piece of art.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And Angelique Malherbe. Now, Angelique is sitting with a very naughty smile on her face because she's the younger sister, right?
Yes.
She's Helga's younger sister. And yes, she's got that glint in her eye as well. So, Angelique, how did you happen along?
Sure. 5 years ago, I was on the lookout for a new journey myself. And so it happens that a piece of art was also looking for someone. And then, yes, the lovely lady sitting next to me, Nelmarie, interviewed me. I got the job, started off in the coffee shop at the time, and then ended up in front, doing cash and stock and all that.
So you in the front. You're the one who says, hello, how are you?
Yes, ma'am, the face of a piece of art.
Yes. And of course the coffee shop. You've got a coffee shop as well.
That's correct, yes.
So that is actually quite nice because you can buy all your art stuff here. And then you can also have a cup of coffee because once you've walked around and you smell the coffee, then you just want to sit down and have a cup of coffee.
And then, of course, when the people come for workshops, they love to have something to eat and drink as well. That's very popular.
So let's go to the workshops now, Marie. How did that begin for you?
That's actually a very interesting story. I'm actually a psychologist, and that's what I was studying. And then while I was busy with some studies, I also had a few people that I taught how to do decoupage. And it was in a class like that where I realized what value there is in working with your hands. So then I started doing more art therapy, but it was very expensive to go buy products from a craft shop. So I started buying in my own products, and then the shop ended up a full maze of a lot of crafts that you can choose from. Yeah,
because you were buying wholesale now, and now you're sitting with a number of things.
Yes.
Yes. Because they come by the 100 or something like that.
That's it. And then there was a need for kiddies parties, and then we started with the parties, and so the workshops all became...
This is kind of a workshop.
Yes, this is
our smaller... But it looks like a kiddies party here because it's all stuff floating and hanging.
We've got 3 venues that we use for workshops specifically, and this is more for our kiddies parties, and then we've got 2 other bigger areas as well.
Because I actually wrote here, very successful, full classes December 2022, and so you had a good December.
Very good, and we're normally very busy in December, and this December once again we were blessed with a lot of business and hopefully send home a lot of people with beautiful artwork to go and show off with their family.
And the art class, it's actually like classes, the workshops?
Yes.
From what ages?
We normally take kids from 5 and older.
Ooh.
So, we start them very young and get them creative. And then we also have a lot of school visits. We've got a lot of team buildings. Especially in the holidays, we find a lot of families come and their family members, and they bring people from overseas and from Johannesburg and all over, everyone visiting, come to have just some creative fun and have some nice time with the family where you not just sit and have a drink or have something to eat, but you also interact and see each other in a different way by looking at them while they're busy playing.
Yes, and what can they create? And I didn't know you can do that. I'm sure you've heard that phrase.
Many times, and we also often hear, I'm not creative. And then I just say, watch this space. You'll prove yourself wrong. I don't have to do anything.
Yes. And of course, you being a psychologist, you know that the arts, the performing arts, the creative arts, the art we observe, even when walking into a museum or whatever, it's therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Totally therapeutic. And so you can't actually ever say anything negative about the arts.
Absolutely. It's your interpretation of something and your emotions coming out in whatever way. And that's such a privilege to be able to do that, to let things go and show it in a visual way. So it just gives so much more back to you by making something with your hands.
Yes. But then also the ones who observe,
they learn from each other. They're amazed by each other. And it's so lovely when normally the people coming in saying that they are really not creative will listen. And that makes a big difference, because when you listen and you do what we tell you to do, then you normally end up with a beautiful piece.
Yes.
Not to say that the others that's not listening don't have beautiful things, but because they're out of their comfort zone, they listen carefully and then they make the most beautiful things. And then when people react to that, you can just see how a face will lift up and be so happy to say that I've made that. And then it comes, like you said, I can't believe that I did that.
Oh. And other people who say, I didn't know you can do that. And then they lose your ego a little bit. And so it's got so many therapeutic facets. It's healing. The healing comes. And I mean, you say 10 years ago, you've been here 10 years, but your daughter came before that.
Yes.
And
she was 16 at the time.
And how old is she now?
26.
What is she doing?
Teacher.
Is she teaching art? But the art actually obviously helped her
a lot, yes. Definitely.
Interesting enough, a lot of youngsters that worked for us ended up being teachers. So it's always interesting to see. I think it's maybe them interacting with the children and with other people that makes them realize what a privilege it is to be a teacher and how lovely it is to teach someone and to see them grow and develop. And it's very interesting to see.
And being involved in some form of art, and so lots of kids who do music or write books, they actually become more rounder, fuller people, and so many become teachers. You have no idea how many people I do interview who have become teachers, but they used to go to art classes and they used to do this and they used to do that. It's like history.
Yeah.
And they don't become artists. But I read a story about a guy who was going to die and he had a year to live, more or less. He wasn't sure, a few months to a year. And he decided he wants to write just one story to leave his wife an income so that if he can get that book published, that he can write it. And he wrote it and he didn't die. And his cancer went into remission. Long story short, it ended up he wrote 78 books or something like that. And he became a famous writer. And I forget what his name is now. Of course, when you get older, you forget stuff. But that is to me such proof. The healing in that, and him writing that book. And Angelique, now you came in. You came to make the coffee or something.
In a sandwich.
Wash your dishes.
Also art.
Wash your dishes and make the coffee.
Yes, I was creative with my hands too.
The thing is, without you, they can't survive. They need something to give them, that nicotine that keeps you awake. Nicotine, what am I saying? Caffeine. Yeah. You don't want nicotine. No, not at all. Caffeine. The caffeine that keeps you awake. And somebody's got to make it. But now you are front desk.
Yes. After COVID, obviously, or in the period of COVID, we closed down the coffee shop and we've reopened it like a coffee corner at the moment. So the lady that worked in front, she left. I also assisted her at the time. So I'm working front desk now.
And enjoying it?
Yeah, definitely.
And how arty are you? What have you done? Have you splashed any paint on anything? Or?
Yes, I have. Yes, definitely I have. And I've also assisted at the back when they were busy, and I weren't busy in the coffee shop with school children and stuff like that. So, do have an arty bone here and there.
Well, she definitely's got one, and she just doesn't get all the opportunities, obviously, working in the front. But if I want to know if something is beautiful and if it's going to work for the clients, I take it to her because she also knows what the client wants. Yes. So, no, she's definitely got the eye.
It's a perception as well. If you've got a good perception from the client, then that's why she's got that twinkle in her eye. And I'm sure it's that twinkle that's giving you hard days. It's turned around.
Depends on the day that you catch them.
How the weather is outside.
But I think it can only be nice working in such an arty shop because things also change. And do you find that people's styles change and the materials they use?
Absolutely.
Evolve.
Absolutely. And it's like seasons. Yeah. Sometimes it's just mosaic. Everyone just wants to buy mosaic. And then suddenly everyone wants to do chalk paint. And then so it goes. So it also depends on trends and then also advertisements on TV or well-known brands that will come up with a new technique and then everyone wants to try it. So it's definitely influenced by that.
Yeah. The whole thing about art that it is so versatile and you can make a plate. You just triggered something here with a mosaic or with anything that you put or stick on to old stuff that you got. And remember the Chinese thing where something that's broken that you paint it with the golden and then it's more beautiful. I mean, that's priceless, isn't it? Something like that, putting stuff together. But now we've got about 3 minutes left. So what I want to do is I want to ask each one of you to leave me with something to go out there. I'm going to start with you. No, which one is it now?
Melga. Well, they must come and visit our shop and create happy smiles. We'll help them create happy smiles and happy hearts.
Help them. Yes. And you're on Facebook.
Yes.
On a piece of art.
A piece of art. It's not a piece, but a piece.
Like
P-E-A-C-E.
There you go.
We're also on Instagram as well, so that people can go.
P-E-A-C-E of art. And it's 85 Main Road, Walmer. It's actually so easy to remember. Even old people can remember that. That's me. I remember it. My husband. It's 85 Main Road, Walmer.
On the corner of 7th Avenue and Main Road.
Yes, 7th Avenue, and then you found it. And you can't miss it because there's a sign up on the door. Piece of art, and piece is written with an E and an A. And so they must come visit the shop. Yes. And what about you, Angelique?
I would also just tell the people that doesn't know about a piece of art to please come and visit our shop and come and have a look, see what all we've got. There's such a lot of new customers that have been staying in PE for all their life and then miraculously just found out about a piece of art and then they can't believe their eyes when they come into the shop. And then it's like, where do you stay? No, in Uitenhage, but I've never known about a piece of art. So come to our shop and come and see what we've got to offer.
And smell the coffee.
Yes.
And the coffee shop hours?
It's from 8:30 to 5, 8:30 to 4.
Okay, and that's the shop hours as well?
8:30 to 5.
8:30 to 5. So if you need something quickly after 4:30, you've still got till 5. But coffee, no, you have to make sure you're here by 4 because you
just
want
to order
to sit
in time,
down,
yes.
enjoy it. Ooh, I'm definitely going to come and bring some friends to enjoy some coffee here.
And do some art.
And maybe do some art. Who knows? Maybe I can do something. Not an artist. And what about you, Nelmarie?
I'm going to say it in the words what my mom used often. Don't let the magic pass you by. Life is too short. Don't let the magic pass you by.
Don't let the magic pass you by. And what did you say about the grace?
This is not a story of success. It's a journey of grace. And I think it's just what our lives are also all about. We're just on a journey of grace. So don't let the magic pass you by.
Yeah. Because the magic, of course, is in the fact that there is grace. And there's a God. And He loves us. And then we'll have peace.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
And we're all looking forward to a better 23 because last year was really, really not easy for all of us, I don't think. So I want to say be blessed. Keep going.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon. So it's time for me, Marianah Lourens and Art and Entertainment to say goodbye. Ja, Marianah Lourens en Kuns en Vermaak wat nou groet met Arrivari.